They say gods don't die, but when their time came, they burned, and the sky did not roar with thunder, it cracked with silence. Welcome back to another episode of Myths Untold. Long before ink touched paper, whispers moved through the north. Whispers of an end not meant for mortals, but for gods. A prophecy carved into frost, carried by wolves, feared by even Odin himself. They called it Ragnarok, not just the end of the world, but the breaking of everything sacred. Odin knew it was coming. He gave an eye for wisdom, drank from the well of memory, and saw what none wished to see. He knew the names of those who would fall. He even knew his own. Yet still, the All-Father walked into the storm, not as a coward, but as a god who understood that fate cannot be bargained with. Thor, the Thunderer, carried Mjolnir, the hammer that had split mountains and crushed giants. His path was clear, to face the great serpent, Jormungandr, whose coils circled the earth itself. The two met in the sea, and the world shook. Thor struck the serpent down, but venom filled his veins. He staggered 9 steps before collapsing. They say when thunder rolls 3 times, it is not a storm. It is Thor, taking those final steps again. Freyr, god of peace and harvest, once gave away his sword for love. When Surtur, the fire giant, rose from Muspelheim with flame brighter than the sun, Freyr had nothing but courage. Some stories claim he fought with antlers torn from a stag, battling fire with bone. Heimdall, the watchman, sounded the Gjallarhorn. Its cry shook every realm, a warning that the end had come. But the last figure he saw was Loki, rushing toward him. Once brothers, now enemies. Their battle tore through the air, and in the same heartbeat, both fell. Old songs claim the northern lights are their fight still burning. Heimdall's white fire against Loki's shadow. And then came Fenrir. The wolf, once bound by trickery, shattered his chains. His jaws opened wide enough to swallow the sky. Odin stood against him, but the wolf devoured him whole. Yet vengeance followed. Vidar, Odin's silent son, stepped forward. On his boot, stitched from scraps of leather gathered through centuries, he braced Fenrir's jaw and tore him apart. Not for glory, not for fame, but for his father. In Norway, cobblers once cast scraps into the fire, whispering, "Save them for Vidar's shoe." But Ragnarok was never just war. It was grief. It was fathers burying sons. It was gods fighting, not for victory, but for memory. In small villages, people whispered, "If snow falls red, it is not blood, it is remembrance."